CBT News celebrates 12 years of delivering news, content, coaching, and analysis to the retail automotive community.
Hey everyone, Jim Fitzpatrick. Thanks so much for joining us here at CBT News. Each year, the biggest names in retail automotive gather at the J.D. Power Auto Summit to share their expertise, unveil forecasts, and talk about what's to come in the year ahead. Today, we are getting a preview of what you can expect this year, this January 23rd in New Orleans to be exact, just around NADA time. So here now is Doug Betts, who is the president of the Automotive Division at J.D. Power. Thank you so much, Doug, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us on the show.
Yeah, happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Sure. So for those viewers out there, the few that might be out there that might not know what the J.D. Power Auto Summit is all about, share with our viewers what it's about and who should attend.
Yeah, so what it's about is we, J.D. Power, have a lot of data and information about the automotive industry. And, I think we're fairly well known with regards to the benchmarking that we do, particularly on product quality or service quality for how car customers feel about interacting with the different ones and models and all that. So, we have all that information. That's actually only about 15% of our business. The rest of it is data that we have at what I call behavioral data. You have data that is, this is what customers say. And then you have behavioral data, which is this is what customers do. And there's a lot of depth there. And, frankly, car companies, dealers, people who serve consumers of automobiles, they really care about what they do. And in many cases, they want to change what they do to be more favorable to their business. And so what we do at this event is we look back on the previous year, and we look at what are the trends, what are consumers doing. We can line that up with what they say, which is hopefully some insight into why they're doing what they're doing. And the attendees then can learn what do I need to do to change things to be more in my favor.
Yeah.
And you also asked who should attend. I think it's, again, anybody who has a stake in the automotive industry and wants to see how they can change what they're doing in order to make their business more successful is, so that's a lot of people.
Yeah, I've been to so many of these. You guys do a first-class job. And you're right, the audience is made up really of auto dealer presidents and OEM executives, many vendors, and from the tech side, really all sides. And to your point, if you've got a stake in automotive, this is a must attend, especially if you're going out to NADA. It's kind of a no-brainer, really. But it absolutely is one of those events that you should attend. So put it on your calendars, folks. That's for sure. So can you share with us some of the speakers or panel discussions that attendees should look forward to hearing and seeing?
Yeah, I won't go through the whole list, but I'll, and you can ask me for more. But
sure.
There's some things that we have done sort of as a tradition or regularly, which is taking all the data that we have. What's the outlook for this coming year? What are the trends saying, and what do we see happening? Of course, this is going to be a very interesting year with every year is interesting for different reasons, but with the pursuit of the transition to electric vehicles has been a pretty important theme over the last several years. Now potentially those things can change, and we have a tremendous amount of data with regards to electric vehicles and what has been, causing them to be of interest to consumers, and then what are the things that are holding consumers back. And now, a lot of these things could be changed, and so we'll look at scenarios around that, as well as just the conventional internal combustion vehicles. We have some important guests. We've got executive speakers from Mercedes, from Nissan Americas, and let's see who else, Kia. that are going to be there. And so we have, the way we typically do those is kind of sit down and have a fireside chat. There's no fire. Have a good discussion about them, about what they see happening. We're going to have an interesting discussion about artificial intelligence and how it can be applied to automotive. Lots of people say, I got AI that, actually machine learning AI has been thrown around so much. It's ridiculous. It became very real about a year and a half ago when these large language models became a real functional and accessible thing. And we have been applying those to there's a lot of unstructured data in the world, meaning it's not like a number in a box. It's somebody said something, and it's been impractical to use that, and we are now using that because of the advent of these tools. So there's going to be a presentation about that, how we're using it, how we see the future.
Very cool. Yeah.
That capability. So that's just a sample of a few of the things that we'll be talking about there.
Yeah, for sure. And who doesn't want to hear from the head of Nissan right now with all that's going on out there, right?
Yeah.
There's some concerned dealers out there about the brand. And so that's, if you're a Nissan dealer or you're thinking about becoming one, that's probably a person that you're going to want to hear speak. So, but there's so many others as well. And as I said, I've been to these before and we've reported on it, and from CBT News, and it's an event that you definitely want to, make sure that you attend. If you are a stakeholder in automotive, I mean, really at any level. So, so what are you most excited about personally for this year's summit?
I think it's sort of the forecast of what is going to happen in 2025.
Sure.
The summit will be the 23rd, so we'll be 3 days into the Trump administration. Now,
that's right.
A lot of what's going to happen has been telegraphed. But we sort of have a lot of data that says we know if this has changed from here to here, that this is the impact of that. And on the 23rd, we'll know what those changes are. I think it's pretty much out of the gate, some of the changes that are planned. So we'll be able to sort of forecast what we think is going to happen as a result.
Right. That'll be pretty cool. And you're right. It'll be 3 days outside of the, the inauguration, and it's going to be quite a year. I mean, there's many people out there in the business community that feel Trump is going to be very pro-business. Obviously, there's concerns about the tariffs and some other things that have got some dealers and OEM executives concerned. But then there's people that say, oh, that's just Trump being Trump, and it's his way to get these people in these countries to the negotiation table, right? So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. So, but Doug Betts, the president of the Automotive Division at J.D. Power, thank you so much for taking the time out of your very busy schedule to share with us what our viewers can expect and the attendees can expect at the J.D. Power Summit.
All right.
Thanks so much. Thanks.